Hey guys, this is Tim with Invisible Pain. I want to talk to you guys tonight about the NBA Finals is getting ready to come on, and be honest with you, I could really care less on who's going to be in there. But my question is tonight, who was the better player? I've heard this on TV for the Lord goodness for the last 2 years. Who was the better ball player? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? All right, so here's my take on it. Growing up as a young boy in the South, which I grew up, I was born and raised in Mount Airy, North Carolina. A lot of people call it Mayberry, where the Andy Griffith Show was based on. And when I was growing up, I absolutely worshipped Michael Jordan. I would go out and mow yards, and at that time make $10 push mowing yards, and it seemed like trying to mow yards all summer long, just try to get enough money to go out and buy me a pair of Jordans to have to go to school the following when we went back in for summer break. And I remember them trying to get him to back somebody for, I think it was governor in North Carolina, and he wouldn't do it because Michael Jordan knew that he was a basketball player. He knew that he wasn't an activist. And he got a lot of shit over it because at that time, and I'm sure if everybody's heard Jesse Helms was he was racist, and there was a black gentleman that was running against him, and that's who they was wanting Jordan to back, but he wouldn't come out and say that. I mean, he sent a campaign contribution to him to back him, but he wouldn't go on TV and come out and back anyone because he thought that divided people that even supported him, and he got a lot of flack, and people tried to say it was all because of money, and it had absolutely nothing to do with it. So I was watching actually a few minutes ago, last couple of days I've been watching that the show The Final Dance, and after they had pretty much been told that the team was going to be busted up, that they weren't going to come back, and they was out in Chicago, and I don't know exactly where they was at, but all the players was up on stage, and they was just having this great big hoopla, and there was tens of thousands and thousands and thousands of people there to support that team. And I got to thinking, between then and now, there is no way in hell that you could put that many people, black, white, Asian, Mexican, whatever, you couldn't put that many people together now for no reason whatsoever, because somebody would end up getting killed, because there's so much division and hate that's been placed in us by our government, our news organizations, our damn politicians, all this mess that's coming out. And Jordan won all kinds of scoring titles. He won Olympic medals. He won championships. He had people going out and buying his shoes like it was a necessity, like it was milk that they had to have. They run out because this man was absolutely the best basketball player that has ever stepped foot on the basketball court. So then you talk about LeBron, and LeBron in his own right is a great basketball player, but he is not a Jordan, nor will he ever be a Jordan. LeBron's biggest thing that will absolutely hurt his legacy is the part where he doesn't know whether he wants to be a basketball player, an activist, or a politician. He wants to put his 2 cents into everything absolutely out there that's going on, and the people around him demand that he does that very thing. They want him to put his opinion out on everything, especially when it comes to the white people or black people and how much racism that he calls that's going on. Let me tell you something. This man absolutely has no reason whatsoever to say anything about damn racism. This dude has more money than he'll ever freaking spend. And he's wanting to say that his life somehow, that he's had racist things. When? You're living on top of the world. The difference between you and Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan absolutely knew who he is and knew what he meant. What we need, what this world needs is another Jordan. And we probably will never, ever have the opportunity to see another Jordan. Our last hope of ever seeing that was Kobe Bryant, rest his soul. That was the closest ball player to Michael Jordan. But as far as the number one and number two, number one is absolutely Michael Jordan. Number two is Magic Johnson. Number three is Kobe. And maybe LeBron comes in fourth. That's it. And it's getting a little bit darker here. It's a little bit hard for you to see me. But what the reason I'm trying to say this is our world is so split right now that we can't even sit down and have a conversation like people should have. We're wanting to call names. We're wanting to beat somebody down. We're wanting to destroy people. And that's the reason now, just like the biggest reason that the Lakers can't make it to a championship game is because LeBron has to go 15 for 50 every damn game. Jordan knew in his last years that the only way that he was going to win his championships is if he let Pippen and Rodman and the rest of the guys that played for him, if he let them shoot the ball and help him win. The problem is LeBron does not trust his teammates. And that's why the Lakers will not win a championship. And so if LeBron retires, that's absolutely going to seal everything that he wants to be when he wants to consider himself the best ball player that's ever been on this face of this earth. He will never, ever be considered that ball player. Ever. You're going to have some people that's going to take up for him. You're going to have some people that's going to absolutely put him on top of the pedestal. But he will never, ever be a Michael Jordan. And what this world needs, as I say again, this world needs to have another Michael Jordan, where young kids can grow up and look up to these ball players, and with hard work and make it to where they're at one day, hopefully. But right now, I can't look at my grandkids and say that I want any of my grandkids to grow up and to be like LeBron, because he doesn't bring people together; he divides them. That's the difference. So my vote for the best basketball player that's ever set foot on this earth is Michael Jordan, that graduated from the North Carolina Tar Heels to the Chicago Bulls. Like, share, comment, follow me on this page, hit that like button, help me out, and I want to know what you got to say. I don't care what it is, let me hear what you got to say.